Okay, so good morning ulit. Last time, dun sa last video ko, nag-stop po tayo dun sa basic rules of algebra. So, sabi ko sa last video ko, please familiarize those basic rules in algebra, especially yung mga properties, no? Kasi later on, magagamit naman natin siya throughout dun sa topic natin, which is yung midterm part, which is yung algebra. So, basahin nyo na lang po yan. Basic rules of algebra. There are four arithmetic operations with real numbers: addition, multiplication, subtractions, and divisions, denoted by the symbols plus, times, minus, and divide. Of this, addition and multiplication are the two primary operations. Then the subtraction and divisions are the inverse operations of the addition and multiplication. So, basic rules of algebra, we have the cumulative property of additions, cumulative property of multiplication. So, pakifamiliarize na lang po yan. Same din po sa subtraction and divisions, kung paano nag-subtract. Then the properties of zero, as well as the properties of negation and equality. So, madali na naman siya. Pakitandaan na lang po yan. Then the properties and operations of fractions. So, madali na din po yan. At saka naaral nyo naman po yan nung high school. Okay, so the next topic that we have is the rectangular coordinates. So the Cartesian plane, just as you can represent real numbers by point on the real number line, you can represent order pairs of real numbers by points in a plane called the rectangular coordinates system of the Cartesian plane. So named after the French mathematicians René Descartes. So dito, nagpa-plot po tayo. So we have the x-axis and the y-axis. So nakikita mo dito sa we have x-axis and the y-axis. Then we have the quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. For the quadrant 1, we have all positive integers dyan. Then for the quadrant 2, we have negative x and positive y. For quadrant 3, we have all negative x and y. Then for quadrant 4, we have positive x and negative y. So madalas, nagkasama po yung x and y po dyan sa Cartesian plane natin kapag tayo po ay nag-graph, no? So, later makikita natin kung ano yung mga ibig sabihin po niyan. So, the Pythagorean theorem and the distance formula. Pythagorean theorem for the right triangle with hypotenuse of length and sides of lengths a and b, you have as a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Now, converse is also true that a squared plus b squared is equivalent kay c squared. Then the triangle is a right triangle. So kapag na-satisfy niyo po yung equation na a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So it means that the triangle nakaka-form ka ng right triangle dyan. And then the distance formula, the distance between 2 points x1 and y1 and x2, y2 in the plane. So d is equivalent to square root ni x squared x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So yung distance formula ay nanggaling lang din po yan sa Pythagorean theorem. Ito dito po. So kung makikita mo dito, ito yung either a, then yung dito, yun yung magiging b natin. So pag lagay mo siya dito, a squared plus b squared, tapos yung c squared mo, which is yung d, which is yung distance na to. So yan po. Okay, midpoint formula. The midpoint of the line segments joining the point x1, y1, and x2, y2 is given by the midpoint formula. For the midpoint formula, we have x1 plus x2 over 2, then y1 plus y2 over 2. So, makakuha natin yung middle point ng dalawang point na yan. No? Then, definition of a function. A function f from set A to set B is a relation that assigns to each element x in the set A exactly one element y in the set B. The set A is the domain or the set of inputs of the function f, and the set B contains the range or the set output. So, meaning lang po dyan na in every functions natin, may corresponding value po siya. Kung for example, if x is 1, then si y ay ganito. Kumbaga, laging magka-partner si x and si y, no? Pag dun sa function natin ay nag-set tayo ng value or nag-set tayo as x is equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, then may value din po si y, no? So, ganun talaga. Always, yung mga x's ay may y, no? Naka-partner siya. So, yung mga jowa niya na may X na malamang makikita niya kung bakit or yung Y niya. Joke lang. Okay, so gusto ko lang kumbaga ay ma-relieve yung stress nyo, no? Kasi mat na pinag-uusapan natin tapos masyado pa tayong seryoso. So, pero parang mukha akong tanga dito. Pero, yun nga. Yung ibig sabihin lang yung function, si X is always may kasamang Y, no? May equivalent value ni Y. So, yun. 4 ways to represent a function verbally by a sentence that describes how the input variable is related to the output variable. So, next is numerically by the table or a list of ordered pairs that matches input values with output values. Then, graphically by points on the graph in a coordinate plane in which the input values are represented by the horizontal axis and the output values are represented by the vertical axis. Then, algebraically by an equation in two variables. So, yun po yung apat na way na para mag-represent ng functions. So, una, verbally, yun nga, sabi ko kanina, usually may kumbaga, isang bagay ay may nakalaan para dito sa isang bagay na to. No, kumbaga, in every x, we have this ganitong value dun sa function na yon. Then, for the numerical value, so, we can make it a table. No? So, mamaya makikita niyo naman doon sa mga examples natin kung paano ni-represent yung mga functions by graph, by numbers, or by equations. So, yun. Next. Linear equations in two variables. Using slope, the simplest mathematical model for relating two variables is the linear equations in two variables. So, y is equivalent to mx plus b. The equation is called linear because the graph is aligned. So, kung makikita niyo yung equation is y and x lang, wala siyang naka-squared. So, pag ang algebraic expression or ang equation is x and y lang nakita nyo, so madalas, ano po yan, line po ang makikita natin or straight line. Then, kapag naka-squared na po siya, either nag-curve na po yung line natin or may parabolic or hyperbolic or either parabola or ellipse yung dating nung ano natin. So, kung may mga squared na po yan, nag-curve na po yung ano natin. Where in the equation, y is equal to mx plus b, m is the slope and y is the and b is the y-intercept. So, finding the slope of a line, given an equation of a line that can find its slope by writing the equation of a slope-intercept form, if you are not given an equation, you can still find the slope of a line. For instance, suppose you want to find the slope of the line passing through the points x1, y1, and x2, y2. As you move from left to right, so yun, para makita natin yung slope, slope is given as the rise over run. So, si rise, kung makikita mo dito sa ano natin, yung rise is yung y, then yung run natin is yung x, yung kung ano yung distance from x natin, ay from y, or yung x values natin, yun yung magiging run natin. Then, yung values natin ng y, yun yung magiging rise natin. So, the formula for slope, we can solve it by y squared, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So, the value of y sub 2 minus the y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, yun po yung magiging slope natin. Where y sub 2 minus y sub 1 is the rise, then x sub 2 minus x sub 1 is our run. The slope of the line passing through the points, so, yun nga, slope m is equivalent kay y sub 2 minus y sub 1 and x sub 2 minus x sub 1, where x sub 1 should not be equal to x sub 2. No? Then, point slope form of an equation of a line. The equation of the line with slope m passing through the point x1, y1 is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So, yung formula pong y minus y1 is equal to m, nanggaling lang din po yan sa slope. So, kumbaga, yung x sub 2 minus x sub 1 nilipat po sa kabila para maging, yun na, ito na po. Parallel and perpendicular lines. Two distinct non-vertical lines are parallel. So, kapag straight line po na pareho yung nakaganon, parallel po yun. If and only if the slopes are equal. So, kapag pareho po yung pag pareho po yung slopes or the slope is equal, that are parallel. Then, two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if their slopes are negative reciprocal of each other. So, kapag negative reciprocal of the other slope, so perpendicular po yung magiging another equation natin or yung another line natin dun sa given line na nauna. No? Okay, so exercise number 4 na lang tayo para at least mas maintindihan ninyo kung ano po yung meaning po kanina. So, sabi nga kanina, there are 4 ways to represent functions. So, dito sa example natin, may naka-table po siya. Plot the following functions and connect the points by a line. So, first, it is represented by a table. So, in a year and amount din po yung sa kabila. Then, we can graph it para at least makita natin kung ano yung magiging trend ng mga values na nakalagay dyan. Then, based dun sa graph, we can represent our functions based dun sa ano makikita natin sa graph. So, it's another way to express the function. So, yun nga, sabi kanina, 4 ways to represent the functions. So, garap na lang po natin. So, from the given, we have year, which is from 1990 to 2003, then the amount, 475, 577, 521, 569, 609. So, you have your own module naman, dun sa mga estudyante ko. So, sundan nyo na lang, then i-represent ko siya dun sa graph na i-prepare ko. No? Okay, so dito sa ano natin, let's say that the year will be the x. So, x natin ito, yun yung year. Tapos yung y natin, yun yung amount. So, let's say this is the amount. Medyo pangit yung sulat kasi naka-plastic siya. Then, year, yun nandito. Kapag plastic talaga pangit. Okay, so, let's say na yung bawat line is yun yung year. Then, yung bawat distance natin is yun yung magiging amount natin. Pero, since nag-start siya sa 400 plus, isa-start ko na lang na 400 dito, 425, by 25s para at least makita nyo yung difference ng no? Kasi pag nagsimula ko sa 0, masyadong mahaba yung magiging graph. So, let's say na ito yung 1990, 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994, 1995, and so on and so forth. 96, 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, and 2003. So, let's say na mag-start ako sa 400. So, 400 to. 425, 450, 475, 500, 525, 550, 575, 600, 625, 650, 675, 700, 725, 750, 775. So, first, the 1990 has an amount of 475. So, kung 450 to, 475 nandito po siya. Then, 1991 is 577. So, kung ito ay 550, assume na lang natin 577, 575. Angat mo natin ng konti, nandito po yun, 577. Then, 521. So, 525 to nandito. Lalabas, 521 nandito lang yung banda. Sa baba. Then, 568. So, lalabas, nandito siya banda. 568. So, kapag yung mga values natin ay medyo hindi siya tumatama dun sa line, ina-assume na lang natin siya, no? Pero kapag computer yung syempre, yun, perfect yung pagiging paglalagay ng graph yun. Pero kung tayo, syempre may certain error kasi nga, assume lang natin yung mga distances. Okay, so for 1994 na tayo, we have 609. So dito siya. Then 562, dito siya. Tapos 707, 707, dito siya. Tapos 723, dito rin siya. 718, dito lang din siya. Then 648. So ito 648. Then 590 495, 495, 476, 527 dito, then 464 dito. So kapag ginap natin siya, ito po yung magiging itsura ng graph natin. So pag ganyan, pag ganyan, pag ganyan, ganyan, pag ganyan. So yan. Yan po yung magiging itsura ng graph natin. Medyo malabo lang siya dyan sa ano kasi naka-plastic po yung ano natin. Para hindi siya, para na-erase pa rin siya. So, madali lang naman. So, as an assignment, yung pangalawang table, kayo na po mag-graph niyan, no? Then, yung number 2, 3, 4, example ko na lang din siya para at least ay may solve natin. Then, last time, di ba binigay ko yung 5, 6, 7, 8 as your additional assignment din. So, sagutan na lang natin yung number 2, 3, 4 para at least ay makapag-ano tayo. Okay, for number 2 problem, for number 2 problem, find the midpoint of the line segment joining point -5 and -3 and 9 and 3. Then for number 3, find the midpoint of the line segment joining the point -2, -6 and 5, 10. Then for number 4, it is expressed in a worded problem. So FedEx Corporation had an annual revenue of $20.6 billion in 2002 and $34.7 billion in 2006. Without knowing any additional information, what would you estimate the 2004 revenue to have been? So ano daw yung revenue nila noong 2004 knowing dyan sa mga given data lang, no? Okay, so first, yung number 2 muna. So, muna natin yung number 2. So, sabi, we have daw point -5 and 3, then 9 and 3. So, let's say it ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. -1, -2, -3, -4, 5, -6, -7, -8. Then -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, marunong naman kayo mag-graph niya. No? I-graph niya na lang po. So, lalabas, we have -5 and -3. So, -5, count lang po kayo ng -5, then down ng -3. So, nandito po yung first point. Then, yung second point, we have 9 and 3. So, count lang kayo ng 9 dito. So, sa first quadrant, then 3 up dun sa first quadrant din. Then, lalabas, we have this line. So, yan po yung magiging line natin. Then, ang pinapahana po is yung midpoint po niyan. So, to get the midpoint, we can say that, wait lang, tabing yung drawing. So, kung yan po yung point, we can say na ito po yung magiging line natin. So, yan po yung magiging line natin. Lalabas, para makuha natin yung actual midpoint niya, we have formula which is midpoint ng x sub n, let's say x, ito na lang. Let's say we have x sub m, which is x1 plus x2 over 2, and y sub m, which is y1 plus y2 over 2 din. Then, ang given point natin, we have -5 and -3. Then we have 9 and 3. So let's say ito yung x1, y1, x2, y2 natin. So sabihin ko, para makuha natin yung midpoint ng x, lagyan nyo lang yung mga values. So, x sub 1 natin ay yung negative 5 plus yung 9 over 2. So, we have ito, lalabas siya na negative 5 plus 9. We have 4 over 2. We have x sub m is equivalent kay 2. Then, for y sub m, we have y sub 1 which is negative 3 plus yung y sub 2 which is 3 over 2. So, lalabas y sub m is equivalent kay 0 over 2. So, 0 over 2 is 0. M is equivalent kay 0. So, knowing that the midpoint of x is 2 and y is 0, so lalabas, kung sa graph tingnan natin, yung midpoint po natin ay tatama dito sa 2 and 0. Ito po yung midpoint natin dito. Ito. Masyadong nasilaw. Yan. Okay? For example number 3, we have find the midpoint of the line segment joining the point negative 2, negative 6, and 5, 10. So, kung i-graph natin, sabi nga kanina, represent function, pwedeng i-graph, pwedeng salita, pwedeng through algebraic expression by two variables. No? So, we have negative 2 and 6, negative 2, 1, 2, then negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nandito siya. Then, we have 5 and 10. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then, 10 up, nandito po siya. So, lalabas. Yan po yung magiging graph natin. No? To get the actual, pwede mo namang, para makuha, bilangan mo lang yung pataas, midpoint niya. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So, 16. So, ang kalahati ng 16 ay 8. So, pwede natin bilangan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, bandang dito siya, tatama. Tama ba? Banda dito. Pero yun ay assumption lang natin. Pero, to get the actual answer, we can compute it by using the formula x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2. Then, y sub 1, y sub 2, over 2. So, given the point, which is equivalent kay, ang point natin ay negative 2 and negative 6. Then, we have 5 and 10. So, let's say, negative 2 and negative 6 ay yung x sub 1, y sub 1 natin. Then, yung 5 and 10 ay x sub 2, y sub 2. So, lagyan na natin yung mga value. So, x sub 1 natin is negative 2 plus 5 all over 2. So, negative 2 over 5 is 3 over 2. So, let's say x sub m is equivalent kay 1.5 or 3 halves. Then, for y sub m or the midpoint ng y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. Si y sub 1 is equivalent kay negative 6 plus y sub 2 natin ay yung 10. So, 10 ito over 2. So, ym is equivalent kay negative 6 plus 10 is 4 over 2. So, lalabas y sub m natin ay 2. So, lalabas 1.5 and 2 is the value of midpoint. So, kung check natin, 1.5 and 2. So, let's say, ito yung x natin. 1 agad to, 0.5 nasa gitna, then 2. So, tama din yung assumption natin. Ayan. 1.5, 1.5 sa kalahati nito. Tapos, 2 pataas, 1, 2. So, yung assumption natin kanina, tama din naman. Right? Then, for number 4, the FedEx Corporation had annual revenues of 20.6 billion. So, naka-worded problem po siya, pero ganun lang din naman yung gagawin natin. Madali lang siya. So, let's assume na yung isang value, o yung isa is for x, then yung isa is y. So, let's say na yung year is yung x at yung revenues is yung y. No? So, let's say na at the year 2002, ang kinita niya ay 20.6 billion, $20.6 billion. Then for 2006, we have 34.7 billion. So, pinapahanap is yung value ni 2004. Okay? So, to get the answer, para lang makuha natin, kukunin lang natin yung y sub m natin. No? So, we have, kung i-graph natin yan, graph ko muna para at least makita ninyo. Okay. Let's say, the X is the year. So, by piece na lang siguro para at least makita nyo. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006. Okay. Then, yan na. Then for, let's say 10 billion, 20 billion, 15 billion, 20 billion, 25 billion, 30 billion, 35, 40. Then, let's say, in 2002, nagka-revenue daw po sila ng 20.6 billion. So, lalabas, kung 2002, ito yun, 20 billion, 0.6, nandito na po yun. Let's say, nandito po yung 20.6 billion. Then, for 2006, they have 34 point something, 34.7, so, nandito po siya banda sa may 35. Yun ay yung year na 2006. Okay? So, pag i-graph po natin, ito po yun, yung trend niya is ganyan. Going up. So, pinapahanap po is yung year 2004, ito po yun. So, pinapahanap na value ito nandito. So, check natin lang kung makikita mo, yan po yung midpoint, di ba? Kasi yung 2002, hanggang 2006, ang gitna po niya is yung 2004. So, lalabas, midpoint po yung pinapahanap. So, midpoint ng y lang po yung hinahanap natin. So, the formula for y, we have y1 plus y2 over 2. So, mangyayari, y sub m is equivalent kay y1, which is, sabihin kong ito yung y1 natin, y2 itong nandito. So, si y1, which is 20.6, yung y2 natin ay 34.7 over 2. Therefore, ym is equivalent kay, i-plus nyo lang po yan, divided by 2, lalabas po dyan ay 27.65 billion. Okay. So, ito po yung answer para dun sa question kay FedEx. Okay. Let's proceed to another problem. So, gaya na sabi ko, yung problem number 5, 6, 7, 8 dyan sa module ninyo ay yun po ang magiging assignment ninyo. Then, for additional problems, let's solve the additional problems na lang para at least ay makita nyo kung ano yung mga solutions dyan. So, for additional problems, a line has a parametric equations of x is equal to 4 plus 3t and y is equivalent kay 7 plus t. Find the y-intercept of the line. So, dito sa mga additional problems, no need na i-graph na natin. No, hindi na natin kailangan i-graph pa yan. So, hinihinga lang naman dyan ay more on algebraic expression. So, isa-solve lang po natin kung ano yung mga hinihingi ko dyan. No? So, let's say, the first problem, we have the line has a parametric equations of x is equivalent kay 4, wait lang, x is equivalent kay 4 plus 3t. Let's say that is equation 1. Then for the second, we have y is equivalent kay 7 plus t. So let's say that it is the equation 2. Find the y-intercept of the line. So, okay, para makita ninyo. We have first given x is equivalent to 4 plus 3t and y is equivalent to 7 plus 3t. So we have the equation of y is equivalent kay mx plus b daw, where m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. Therefore, yung dalawang equation natin, kailangan makabuo ng y and mx plus b. So therefore, since may nakati siya, so kailangan nating pagsamahin yung dalawa para ang lalabas, magkasama na yung x and y, no? So lalabas, we can say that the equation 2 is pag yung value ni t ang ilalagay ko. So we can say that t is equivalent kay pag nilipat ko itong 7 sa kabila, tama ba magiging y minus 7 yan? So lalabas, we have the value of t that we can substitute in the equation 1. So we can say that x is equivalent kay 4 plus 3 times yung t, where the value of t is equivalent kay y minus 7. So therefore, we can expand this or distribute na lang natin. So lalabas, we have x is equivalent kay 4 plus 3y minus 21. Then, ngayon, ito, i-rearrange lang po natin siya into like this. Para at least, makuha na natin yung slope, then makuha din natin yung y-intercept. So, pagsamahin lang natin, we have, dapat yung y ay sa kabila, yung x ay nasa kabila. Tama? Okay, we can say that x is equivalent kay 3y, then yung 4 and 21, pag pinagsama po yan ay negative 17. Therefore, we can say that this negative 17, we can transfer it papunta sa left. So, we can say that 3y is equivalent kay x plus 17. Then, since ang pinapahanap po sa atin ay y, yung b, dapat yung y natin ay walang kasamang whole number. So, we can say that y is equivalent kay multiplied by 1 over 3 or divided by 3 yon lahat. So, we can say that y is equivalent kay x over 3 plus 17 over 3. Therefore, we have slope which is equivalent kay 1 over 3, and we have the y-intercept which is equivalent kay 17 over 3. So the answer on the problem is the value of y-intercept. So therefore, it will be the b, which is equivalent kay 17 over 3. Okay. So next problem, we have problem number 2 for additional. Erase ko na po. For problem number 2, a line has an equation of x plus 5y plus 5 is equal to 0. Then find the equation of the line through point 3, 1 that is perpendicular to this line. Then for b, find the equation of the line through 3 and 1 that is parallel to this line. So first, we have the line which is equivalent kay that has an equation of x plus 5y plus 5 is equal to 0. Equation of a line. Then, sabi daw dun sa unang tanong, ano daw po yung equation perpendicularly dun sa equation na yon na kung saan dadaan sa 3 and 1. Then, yung pangalawang question is parallel naman, which is dadaan pa rin dun sa 3 and 1. So, first, okay. So, we have the equation of a line which is x plus 5y plus 5 is equal to 0. So, yun po yung equation of a line. Then, yung dadaanan niyang point is equivalent kay 3 and 1. Wait lang. We have 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Okay. So first, kailangan natin hanap muna yung slope nito para at least mailagay po natin doon sa equation. So, we have the formula y is equivalent kay mx plus p. So, kailangan mo lang gawin ganito yung itsura ng equation mo nasa sa taas para makuha mo yung m, which is the slope. So, we can say that 5y there is equivalent kay negative. Pag nilipat ito sa kabila, may negative. Nilipat ito sa kabila, negative. Negative x plus minus 5. Negative x minus 5. Therefore, y is equivalent kay negative x over 5 minus 5 over 5 or equivalent kay 1. So, lalabas, yan ay minus 1. So, we have the slope which is equivalent kay negative 1 over 5. Okay. So, sabi nga, dun sa parallel and perpendicular line, so, si parallel line is same slope. Then, for perpendicular line, negative reciprocal. So, the negative reciprocal of this m is equivalent to negative 1 over 5. So, to make it perpendicular, so negative 1 over 5, the negative 1 over 5. So, lalabas yan ay 5 na lang po. Negative 1 all over negative 1.5 po. Tama ba? So, lalabas, makatanggal yung mga 1 dyan. Kasi nga, mag-cross multiply po yan. Lalabas yan na ganito. Negative 1 all over 1 multiplied by 5 over negative 1. So, makakancel po yung negative 1 dyan. So, lalabas, 5 po yan. So, we have, or i-calculate nyo po, lalabas po dyan ay 5. So, to make the equation which is perpendicular to this line of equation, we can say that the slope must be 5. So, yun. Then, we have the formula which is y minus y1 is equivalent kay m times x minus x sub 1. Tama? Then, lagay mo lang yung value which is, ito yung point which is x1 and y1. So, we can say that y minus y1 which is 1 equals yung slope which is yung perpendicular which is 5 times x minus x1. x1 natin is 3. So, lalabas na ay 3. So, distribute nyo lang. Lalabas y minus 1 is equivalent kay 5 times x is 5x. Then, 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. So, pagsamahin nyo lang yung like terms, lalabas 5x dito. Tapos yung y ilipat ko sa kabila minus y. Then yung 1 ilipat ko sa kabila minus 14 equals 0. So, this will be the equation of a line which is perpendicular to x plus 5y plus 5. Then, ito po yung answer for letter A. Then, for letter B, we can say that the slope is parallel. So, the slope is parallel if the slope is the same. So, we can say that slope parallel line is equivalent kay negative 1 over 5. Then, ilagay nyo lang po yung value ni 1 over 5 dun sa formula natin which is y minus y1 is equivalent kay m times x minus x sub 1. Then, for the value of y1, ito pa rin yun. For the value of x2, ito pa rin yun. So, lalabas y minus 1 is equivalent kay negative 1, 5 which is the slope na same dun dapat dun sa nauna. No? Negative 1 over 5 times x minus 3. So, lalabas, ito, cross multiply dito, lalabas siya na 5y minus 5, or either, sabihin natin ito, 5 times y minus 1 is equivalent kay negative 1 multiplied by x minus 3. So, distribute 5y minus 5 is equivalent kay negative x plus 3. Negative 1 times negative 3 will be positive 3. So, therefore, simplify mo lang po siya. Pagsamahin mo lahat-lahat equal sa 0 para makuha natin yung equation of the line. So, pag nilipat ko yung x sa kabila, magiging positive siya, x plus 5y dito. Tapos, pag nilipat ko yung 3 sa kabila, magiging negative 3. So, negative 5 minus 3, so negative 8 equals 0. So, therefore, x plus 5y minus 8 will be the equation of a line parallel to x plus 5y plus 5 which passes through point 3 and 1. Okay? Next problem. Balik tayo dun sa ano. Next problem for number 3. So ito po yung number 2 ha. Yan po yung kaninang number 2. Okay, for number 3. For number 3, find the value of y if a line having a slope of 4/3 and passing through point 6/4 intersects the y-axis. Then for B question, what is the length of the line from point 6/4 to the y-axis? Then for letter C, find the value of x if this line intersects the x-axis from point 6/4. So, sulat ko muna yung mga given ha. We have the slope which is m is equivalent kay 4/3. Then passing through point 6 and 4. Then sabi, intersect the y-axis. So, ibig sabihin, nagdaan sa y-axis. Intersect at y-axis. Okay, so since nag-intersect sa y-axis, ibig sabihin, may 0x, no? So let's compute. We have m which is equivalent kay 4/3. Then the point which is nag-pass through yung line dyan sa 6 and 4. And also, the equation of a line daw is nag-intersect dun sa y-axis. So we can say that at 0x, duman siya sa y, no? So let's say that for letter A, we can say y minus y1 is equivalent kay slope times x minus x sub 1. Then we can say that y sub 1 is yung 4, then yung y pala natin is yung 4, yung value na kung saan tumama. Then yung x natin is yung 6. Then yung y sub 1 natin is kung ano yung tinamaan dito sa y-axis. Then yung x sub 1 natin is 0 kasi nga zero value kasi nag-pass through dun sa y-axis, no? Kumbaga, kung ito yung graph natin, ito yung line, nag-pass through siya dito sa y-axis natin, y-axis to. Therefore, we can say na may 0x dyan, di ba? So, yun lang yung ibig sabihin na. So, we can say that y, which is 4, minus y sub 1 is equivalent kay slope, which is 4/3. Then, x, which is 6, minus x sub 1, which is 0. Okay? Therefore, we can get the value of y based from the equation. So, 3, lipat ko dun sa kabila, lalabas siya na 3 times 4 minus y sub 1 is equivalent kay 4 times 6 minus 0. So, 3 times 4 is 12 minus 3y1 is equivalent kay 4 times 6 is equivalent kay 24. Then we can say that the negative 3y1 is equivalent kay 24. Transfer ko yung 12 sa kabila, negative 12. y1 is equivalent kay ito. 24 minus 12 is 12. Therefore, 12 divided by negative 3, there will be negative 4. So the value of y1 will be negative 4. So, check natin yung question. Find the value of y if the line having a slope of 4/3 passing through point 6/4 intersects the y-axis. So, at the point na kung saan naging 0 yung x natin, yun yung point na kung saan nagtama yung y-axis natin. So, we can say that the value will be negative 4. So, sa negative 4 siya, tumama, no, yung sagot. So, ito yung answer for letter A. Then for letter B, what is the length of the line from point 6 and 4 to the y-axis? So, we have the formula for letter B. We can say that the distance formula, d squared is equivalent kay x2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared, or the square root ng x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So, we can say that d is equivalent to square root ni x sub 2 ko ay, we can say that the x sub 2 is 0, or kahit naman magbaliktaran yan, 0, x sub 1 ko ay yung 6 squared plus yung y sub 2 ko ay yung value to, 4, negative 4, tapos yung y sub 1 ko ay yung 4 ulit dito. Minus 4 squared. So, therefore, lalabas yan D is equivalent kay square root ni ito ay 6 squared, 36. Then, ito ay 8 squared, 64. So, 100 total to. So, square root of 100. So, D is equivalent kay 10. Square root ni 100 ay 10. Okay. So, the distance na hinahanap dun sa problem is yung 10. So, the length of the line from point 6 and 4 to the y-axis is 10. Then, for question letter C, find the value of x if the line intersects the x-axis from point 6 and 4. So, halos parang siya ng question number 1. Binaliktad niya lang. So, sa x naman dumaan. Or sa x naman nag-intersect yung line. So, we can say that same lang ito. For letter C, ito. Letter C, y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times x minus x sub 1. Sub 1 daw. Okay. So, we can say that y will be our 4. 4 minus yung y sub 1, which is nag-pass through daw po yung nag-intersect sa x-axis. So, ibig sabihin 0 yung y. So, lalabas tayo 0 equals yung slope, which is 4 over 3. Then, x sub 1, x natin, which is 6 minus x sub 1, which is yung hinahanap natin. So, lalabas 4 minus 0 is, so lalabas tayo 3 times 4 equals 4 times 6 minus x sub 1. Therefore, 12 is equivalent kay 4 times 6 is 24. So, 24 to. Then, 4 times x is negative 4x sub 1. So, pag tinransfer to, we can say that 12 minus 24 is equal to negative 4 over x. So, negative 12 minus 24 will be negative 12 divided by negative 4. So, lalabas yan ay 3. So, x will be 3. Ayan po yung sagot. Ayan. Masyadong masilaw. Okay. So, next problem po tayo. Problem number we have problem number 4. So, number 4, the slope of the line passing through the centroid is equal to 4 and 3. 4/4. 1 point is at 1, 2. If the centroid of the line is located at 4 and y, find the value of y. Then for letter B, what is the distance of the point to the centroid? Then letter C, determine the equation of the line. So first, sulat ko lang muna yung mga given. So we have the slope m, number 4. Solution number 4. Okay, solution number 4. We have slope which is equivalent to 4 over 3 and point 1 and 2. Then meron din si binanggit doon kanina na 4y for a. Duman daw sa point na 4 and y. So, find the value of y. So, ngayon, lalagay lang din natin siya sa equation which is equivalent kay y minus y1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Okay? So, lalabas y which is 2 minus y which is ito equals m which is 4 over 3. Then, x natin ay ito 1 minus yung x sub 1 natin ay itong 4. So, we can say that 3 times 2 minus y equals 4 times ito, lalabas tayo negative 3. Ngayon, 2 times 3 is 6 minus 3y equals 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Therefore, pag nilipat ko itong 6 sa kabila, negative 3y equals negative 12 minus 6. Negative 3y equals negative 18. Therefore, y is equivalent kay positive 6. Negative 18 divided by negative 3 is positive 6. Then for letter B, we have a question na kung saan hinahanap po what is the distance of the point to the centroid. So, pinapahanap po yung point dun sa center. Okay? So, we can say that the distance, same lang din po nung kanina, is the square root of x sub 1 minus x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. D is equivalent kay x sub 2. Ang x sub 2 natin ay yung 4. Let's say that it is the value, yung 4 yung value ng x sub 2. 4 minus 1 squared plus y2 which is 6 minus 2 squared. So therefore, D is equivalent kay 4 minus 1 is 3 squared, so 9. Tama ba? 9 to. Plus 6 minus 2 will be 4. 4 squared will be 16. So D is square root ni 25. Therefore, D is 5. Pero kung meron na kayo dito, pwede nyo na i-calculate tapos answer na agad na D is equal to 5. No? Pag sa solution. Then for letter C, we can say that yung tanong ay determine the equation of the line. So, pinapahanap lang naman yung equation of the line. So, lagay lang po natin yung value. Dito pa rin tayo sa ganitong equation. Tapos, lagay lang natin kung ano yung given na value, which is ito. So, lalabas, we have y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. So, si y, which is yung para sa equation natin, the value of y1 will be 2 equals 4 over 3 times yung x which is ano? Then, or yun yung para maging variable natin. Then, yung x sub 1 natin ay yung 1. So, lalabas 3 times y minus 2 equals 4 times x minus 1. So, 3y minus 6 is equivalent kay 4x minus 4. So, magsamahin na natin. So, 4x, lipat ko itong 3y sa kabila, magiging negative 3y. Then, lipat ko yung negative 6 sa kabila, magiging 4 plus 6. So, lalabas na ay positive 2 equals 0. So, this 4x, so this 4x plus minus 3y plus 2 equals 0 is the equation of the line that passes through points 1 and 2 that has slope of 4 and 4 over 3. Okay, let's continue. So, yun po yung additional problems natin. We have 4 additional problems dyan na need to solve. Then, next will be okay. So, yun. So, end of chapter 1. So, thank you for listening. Please subscribe and comment if you have questions. So, kung may mga tanong kayo regarding dun sa first part natin sa chapter 1, you can comment dun sa comment section ng mga videos para at least ay masagutan natin, no? So, yun.